What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Saturday, April the 12th, 2014. Jericho Report number 100. I can't believe it. 100 of these I've done. Thank you to everybody for sticking around. I will once again this week give you all the madness I have saved up. First link below, as always, will take you over to the Blogspot post. That's where you can find all the links I'm going to give you here. I know everybody wants updates on what's going on out in Nevada. We'll get to that in a minute. I got in my main news here, we got Fort Hood shooter snapped over denial of request for leave. Also heard he was picked on, yada yada. Just an update on that. There was another shooting. One Marine shot and killed another Marine at a base in North Carolina. I'll put a link to this. That didn't really get much press coverage. I wonder why. 22 stabbed, 2 others hurt. Franklin Regional High School, of course, the stabbing rampage. Have not heard Piers Morgan come out and blame the knife. However, one thing I also know I won't hear him say is, what kind of pharmaceuticals, if any, was this kid on? They don't want to talk about that. That's bad for business. Anyway, I put a link to the story. California bus crash leaves multiple people dead. Did you see that bus that crashed into that FedEx truck? Crazy, crazy story. That happened the 11th. I'll put a link to that. Actually, the 10th. LAPD officer injured after shots fired in police station. This came out April 7th. What's up with that? Someone went into the police station and lost their mind? I don't know. 375-pound military drone crashes near Pennsylvania elementary school, report says. This came out on April 4. Still think it's a good idea to put drones over this country. From the Los Angeles Times, internet users be advised to change their passwords due to heartbleed bug. Be advised, new, I guess, virus going around. Put a link to that. Meanwhile, we got this. The NSA has exploited heartbleed bug for years, Bloomberg reports. Anyway, I put a link to this. NSA virus snatching people's info. Wouldn't surprise me. MH370 news, missing plane. Team detects new signals. They're talking about pings and pops and crap that I don't believe any of it. They still haven't found this plane. There's just madness continues with this plane. I'll put another link from CNN Malaysia 370 news signals sound just like plane's beacon, yet we can't find it, yada yada. Put a link to it. It's at Diego Garcia. Why is no one looking there? From Hawaii News Now, we got this. Ford recalls nearly 435,000 vehicles. Be advised if you drive a Ford. Put a link to this. Meanwhile, Tyson recalls more than 75,000 pounds of chicken nuggets. Be advised if you eat Tyson chicken nuggets. You want to be aware of that. We got a couple more stories here in the general bin. Shoe thrown at Hillary Clinton during Las Vegas speech. What difference does it make? This from We Are Change. And check this out. Video of charity game brawl between FDNY and NYPD. I felt like I was watching the show Rescue Me. They got the video there. Check it out. And the length of the video just so happens to be 3 minutes, 43 seconds. Rest in peace, FDNY 343. Over to financial news. How the Dow Jones Industrial Average did on Friday. Dow fell 143 points. Ended the week, check it out, the Dow fell 385 points. It's right near that 16,000 mark. What's going on with the Dow? Put a link to it. We got CEO of another bank shot dead in this parking garage. Another dead banker shot dead in the parking garage. Put a link to this from Silver Doctors. From Bloomberg Business Week, another dead ex-banker killed his wife, his daughter, and himself. Bankers just dropping off left and right. What is going on here? Are they going underground? Are these just cover stories? I don't know. Bacon doom. U.S. bacon prices rise after virus kills baby pigs. That come out April 8th. Be advised. Not the bacon. Most Hawaii private schools plan tuition hikes. Be advised if you're in Hawaii. I got a couple subscribers in Hawaii. You're going to be paying more to go to school. Put a link to that. House panel votes to hold ex-IRS official Lois Lerner in contempt of Congress. Not like that means anything, right, Eric Holder? And I'll put a link to this from Fox News Politics. Got another one here. Meanwhile, State Department can't fully account for $6 billion worth of contracts. $6 billion? What's $6 billion, really? What difference does it make? Put a link to it. HHS Secretary resigning on heels of Obamacare rollout. Resigning or going underground, or she about to be offed. I heard the new person coming in. I don't know, yada yada. Put a link to it. Meanwhile, speaking of Obamacare, actually medical insurance in general, Hawaii Medical Service Association seeks increase. Another one, if you live in Hawaii, be advised, healthcare is going up. Got one here. The debate over repealing the law is over. Obamacare boasts 7.1 million have signed up to Obamacare, but study shows just 858,000 newly insured Americans have paid up. So less than 1 million people have paid. Obamacare, massive failure. Right on, the American people, mass non-compliance. I love it. Got a couple more latest Obamacare surprise. Most won't be able to buy health insurance until the end of the year, yada yada. This come out April 9 from Fox News. Doesn't really matter to me. I'm not buying the crap anyway. And I got one more to prove to you how tyrannical our government is. I know some people are, I'm going to get into the Bundy thing in a minute, but check this out. People's tax refunds will be used to pay decades-old debts from parents. If you have relatives that have passed on or whatever that left debt owed to the government, they're going to take your tax refund. I'm not making this up. This was all over the news yesterday. How can this possibly be legal? Your thoughts? Put a link to it. Okay, we're over to New World Order and Police State News, and of course everyone's aware of Clive Bundy and what's going on out in Nevada. In fact, I got a note coming in on the fly. Apparently airspace has been closed for the next 30 days over that area. Wonder what's up with that. No witnesses. We got Nevada officials blast feds over treatment of cattle rancher Clive Bundy. This from Fox News. Nevada officials, How come they're not on the ground? Put a link to this. It's finally starting to get some mainstream coverage. We're making a lot of noise. From Swan, Constitutional Sheriff Richard Mack speaks on Bundy Ranch standoff as Oath Keepers put call out for all able-bodied Oath Keepers to assist in maintaining the peace. Put a link to this. Come out April 10th from Swan. We got from the Washington Times, militias head to Nevada, ranchers standoff with feds. They say we're not afraid to shoot. I certainly hope it doesn't come to that, but if it does, I know whose side I'm on. Do you? Put a link to this article here. And of course, the Southern Perverted Law Center has something to say about it. Anti-government patriots gather near scene of blah, blah, blah. You mean anti-tyrannical government patriots. Southern Poverty Law Center. I'm sure I'll see Mark Potok on the screen before too long. And we're all led to believe, at least in the beginning, that this is over some endangered desert tortoise. Well, apparently that there's BS been called all over the place on that story, because Sunday, August 25th, 2013, got a story, BLM to kill hundreds of desert tortoises as its conservation center runs out of money. So BLM is actually killing these tortoises that they're claiming that this land is supposed to protect. This is all BS. We all know that. Your cover's blown on that story. Check this out. BLM fracking in Montegraph. I want to give him credit for this. He's the first one I heard about this from. BLM fracking racket exposed. Armed siege, cattle theft of Bundy Ranch rally about fracking leases. Interesting article here. Put a link to this from Natural News. And got another one here that came to me yesterday. Harry Reid's son. Check this out. This is from Breitbart last year. Actually, no, 2012. September 4, 2012 article from Breitbart. Harry Reid's son representing Chinese solar panel plant in $5 billion Nevada deal. Wonder if that has something to do with all this. I'll put a link to the article. And there's a very interesting GLP thread. Buckle up, folks. Shit's starting to get real. Land grabs, Agenda 21, eminent domain. A lot of great information in this thread. Thank you to the forum moderator for posting that. Got other news going on. My heart, my thoughts are with everyone out there at the Bundy Ranch. Again, I know whose side I'm on. You know, the simplest way I can put it is the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. I certainly hope it doesn't come to that, but sooner or later it will. Other news going on in the New World Order and Police State Bend. Justice Department says Albuquerque police use excessive force. Wow, we put enough pressure on them. They came out and said excessive force was used in Albuquerque. Put a link to that. Meanwhile, LAPD kill production assistant in Taj, Taj.0, production assistant killed by LA Sheriff's deputies by mistake. Oops. Well, I wonder if the mainstream, since Taj.0 is Comedy Central, it's all mainstream owned, I wonder if they'll come out and actually come against the police state. I'm guessing they probably won't, even though one of their own was killed. Los Angeles Times has this: LAPD officers tampered with in-car recording equipment. Records show. That doesn't surprise me at all. No witnesses. From Zero Hedge, we got this: in Iowa City, with a population of 7,000, will receive armored military vehicle. What on earth do you need that for? I know, for the coming war against the American people. Wake the hell up. Judge refuses. Got some good news. Judge rules flashing lights to warn drivers for speed trap is protected by free speech. Right on. There's actually a judge that's okay in my book on that one. Put a link to that. One more. Russia will not import GMO products. Go Russia. This from RT. Put a link to this. Madness, pure madness. Over to, what is this, World War III news. The crackdown begins. Ukraine launches anti-terrorist operations in eastern Ukraine, arrests 70. This from Zero Hedge. Meanwhile, from CNN, we got Russia warns of civil war if Ukraine uses force. It's about to get real over there. There's madness going on all over the planet. With all this stuff going on in Nevada, I haven't even thought about other news going on. Russian military on Ukraine border on high state of readiness, says NATO. They got new satellite pictures. Check that out. That from the Wall Street Journal. Got one from Yahoo News. AP interview. U.S. troops may be sent into East Europe. May be sent to East Europe. Boots on the ground? I don't know. Put a link to this. Come on, April 9. Yahoo News via the AP. Got another one from Yahoo News. Japan to intercept North Korea missile deemed a threat. I think they're saying if North Korea fires any more missiles, they're going to intercept them. Very interesting here. Got another one from Yahoo News. U.S. sending 2 warships to Japan to counter North Korean threat. I guess to back up Japan. Put a link to that. We Are Change has this. Artist install massive poster of child's face in Pakistan field to shame drone operators. Well done. Put a link to this. Cowardly drone operations killing women and children all over the planet. From We Are Change, we have Dick Cheney. Check this out. Rand Paul says Dick Cheney pushed Iraq war to benefit Halliburton. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Put a link to it. 9/11 was an inside job. Just my opinion. Or is it fact? You decide. Got a couple more here. Muslims force Christians to convert to Islam, then brutally behead them. Sick freaking world. I'll put a link to this. Got one more. Army goes to war with National Guard, seizes Apache attack helicopters. What? Mutiny within the ranks. I'll put a link to it from the Washington Times. Okay, we're over to Earth Changes in 2012 news. A slurry of earthquakes again this week. 7.3 magnitude quake hits near Papua New Guinea. No tsunami threat. April 11. Put a link to this from USA Today. 6.6 hits near southwest of Nicaragua, USGS says. This is from Chicago Tribune on, let's see, April 11 as well. Put a link to that. Had a 5.3 quake off the coast of Chile, although there have been just a massive number of 4 points and 5 point quakes. Just Chile is shake, rocking, and rolling. I put a link to this here. There's a lot more out there if you want to Google it. 4.1 quake shakes central Oklahoma. People are telling me this is possibly due to fracking. A lot of quakes in central Oklahoma over the past couple of weeks. Put a link to this here. Had a 4.1 hit in central Idaho. Kind of a rare area to have a 4.1 quake. Put a link to that. Not sure what's up with that. From We Are Change, they have this. 7 volcanoes in 6 different countries all start erupting within hours of each other. Very interesting stuff here. April 7. What's going on with that? Houses evacuated in Jackson, Wyoming as ground shifts. Crustal displacement? I don't know. We're seeing a lot of landslides and stuff going on. Put a link to that. Be advised if you're in the area. Detroit sinkhole swallows 2 cars. They have video on that. This is from HuffPost. Weird News, April 12. I'm sorry, that come out on April 7. Put a link to this. Crazy. Had another sinkhole. Check this out. Let me let the page load here 1 second. Young mother flees. Hang on. Gone within 5 seconds. Young mother flees her newborn baby flees with her newborn baby as sinkhole claims her entire house. This from the Mail Online. You want to scroll down and take a look at those pictures. Whole house swallowed by a sinkhole. Crazy. Other news going on here. UFO spotters are very excited about this suspicious NASA photo from Mars. Apparently a white light coming out of the planet. What's up with that? Put a link to it. And be advised from the Detroit Free Press. Blood moon eclipse on April 15th. First and rare lunar phenomenon. Put a link to this. Be advised. April 15. Be watching the moon. Over to strange and bizarre news. Got some strange news this week. Vandals flip smart cars around San Francisco. Really? You got nothing better to do than go flipping people's cars over? Karma will come back to bite you in the ass later on. Put a link to that. 1 million buried in mass graves on forbidden New York Island. What? 1 million people in mass graves? Put a link to it from Yahoo News. Man tells police he used hammer in trying to kill his wife. Ban hammers. Apparently they're killing wives. Put a link to this. Meanwhile, Reverend Al Sharpton worked as FBI informant, taping conversations with mob pals to help bring down crime family. Take a look at the pictures they have of him. Wow, it doesn't even look like him. Crazy. I didn't know that about you, Al. Put a link to it. Meanwhile, got this from Breitbart. Not safe for work. Video of topless woman ransacks McDonald's, steals ice cream. Bath salts much? Put a link to it. Let's see. Got a couple more in Strange Bin. A couple of sick stories, actually. Iraq ready to legalize childhood marriage. childhood marriage. The article goes on to talk about how I can't call them women, kids. Female kids will have to abide by their husband's sexual needs. This is just sick stuff going on. Dark stuff. Speaking of dark stuff, Press TV has this. Italy's bishops pass rule that child molestation does not have to be reported. Not have to be reported? What the hell? I got one to go along with that. Pope Francis asked forgiveness for priests who sexually abused children. Pope Francis asked forgiveness for priests who sexually abused children. I would like anyone who follows these people, these Pope, all that crap. I don't follow any of it. Please tell me how you can follow. These people are just freaking sick. Forgiveness? No, they should be burned at the stake, in my opinion. Put a link to it. For all other news, please check my favorites. I have favorited tons of videos over the past week. A lot of it has to do with the thing going on out in Nevada. But at least pull my favorites up and check over the titles, because there's other stuff there, stuff I didn't talk about, stuff you might not be aware of. Thank you to everybody who puts out content. I appreciate it. Do have a couple of shout-outs this week. We got from We Are Change. Man turns illegally dumped garbage into houses for the homeless out in California. I thought that was pretty cool. That come out April 5th. Check it out. Right on. Shout out to that guy. Got to give him some props there. Shout out to Bloomberg's worst nightmare. Gunmaker releases new New York compliant AR-15. Check that thing out. Right on. Put a link to that. And shout out to all of you guys. You know, this is Jericho report number 100. 100 of these reports. I want to thank you guys for being subscribers, and thank you for watching the reports and rating and leaving comments. I love reading your comments. Thank you for sharing the videos. Just thank you. You know, when I first started doing these reports, they are a lot of work. I wasn't sure if people would really like them, because it's probably a lot of news you're already aware of if you follow the news like I do. But some people tell me they just, you know, they're busy through the week. They don't have time to keep up on it. I kind of do a good job. They tell me of summing it all up. I try to do a good job. I favorite stories and links that I think are relevant, stuff that you guys need to know about. I think it's important. I might not catch everything, but I definitely thank you guys for sticking around, sharing the reports, rating the videos, commenting. You know, I do this for you, so thank you to everybody who subscribes. If you like the report, please give me a thumbs up and a +1, and hit the share button, pass it around. I really appreciate it. It helps it get around YouTube. You can also follow me on Google+, Facebook, Twitter for live show alerts, breaking news alerts, new upload alerts. If you subscribe to me and you don't get my videos, that's why I set up the Twitter feed and the Facebook feed, and I guess the Google+ feed now. Follow me on one of those, you'll always get them. That's all I got for this week, guys. Again, my heart, my thoughts go out to everybody in Nevada. I really hope that thing doesn't turn into some sort of a violent conflict, but it's going to be what it's going to be. You know, I know whose side I'm on, like I said. Until the next one, you guys take care, stay safe. Have a good week, have a good weekend. I will see you on the next one.